All right, I tell you one thing before sharing the screen. Why the major problem in your classes is why the management problem is because whatsoever the instructions you give in the class, the students don't follow. And why don't they follow that? Because as a teacher, if you don't follow the things, how can your instruction be followed by your students? I asked everybody just only to check the mail after the webinar, and everybody started giving no, no, no. I just only told over there two things. If you got the mail, keep silent. If you didn't get the mail, just write no and give the right mail. No तो बहुत लोगों ने लिखा है. Most of them have written no. But nobody has given me the right mail. Probably my typist might have conducted some of the problems, some of the troubles, some of the mistakes while typing. And that is why you didn't get the mail. After the webinar, you again find out whether you got the mail or not. And if you didn't get, you just give me the right mail, direct message to me, DM to me. Just only your right mail. Over here, this is your pura khata, whole record. I will just confirm, rectify, and send it because today's session is going to be only 1 hour, and this will be the 1 hour completely dedicated to classroom management. Please don't unmute yourself unless and until you are asked to do so. This is page number 125, page number 225, page number 325. And there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over here nearly 20. 20 videos are on, hardly makes a difference to me. If any inquiry comes to me, I will certainly write I don't have any evidence whether they joined it or not. So let me start today's video now. I'm going to share the screen. You see what is the major problem? This is the major problem that I told you that why they don't understand your instructions. Because if you don't understand the trainer's instructions, मोहन जी बताइए आपकी बात बच्चे कैसे मानेंगे? और इसमें कोई मतलब शर्मिंदा होने की बात नहीं है. बिकॉज द थिंग इज कि ये सीआरएम है क्या? व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज सीआरएम? इज क्लास रूम मैनेजमेंट. And why this is important is because of two reasons. Number one is that there is no university, no course, B.Ed, M.Ed, even up to PhD. What is classroom management? इसका कोई basic foundational basic course कहीं नहीं है. Nobody has introduced this thing at the bachelor's level. So that is one major problem. But still not to get overwhelmed. कोई problem नहीं है. ये problem आती रहेंगी जिंदगी में, जाती भी रहेंगी. There are not a single problem in your life where they will keep on staying for life, whole life. कोई problem नहीं है. You see what is the CRM? CRM business point of view से देखें, so it is customer relationship manager. Over here it is classroom management, and this is very important for these teachers because they don't have any direction where to start from. शुरुआत कहाँ से करें? Where to start from? But there is no problem. I'm over here, not today only. Forever in the future, if you get any problem, behavioral problems, they arise from here itself. Because nobody has trained the teachers, even the new coming teachers, the present generation B.Ed students. I have seen their syllabus from Kanpur University. There is no proper syllabus which is कंसंट्रेटिंग ऑन वन पर्टिकुलर पेपर. यार अगर सीआरएम पे एक पेपर दे दीजिए, एक सेमेस्टर में एक पेपर, देयर आर 8 papers in one semester. If you just dedicate one paper in classroom management, and it is not an easy task. It is not only managing, just putting your ducks in a row. It is not something like that. You put everybody in a queue. Just make line, and that is management. Keep shut, and this is management. No. But the thing is, once a teacher, if as a new teacher I go to the class, and if I see over there lose control, say for example, as a young man of 22, 23 years, I went to Assam Rifles. Most of the students from army background, Assam Rifles, forces. JCOs, NCOs were a large number, but although there were the students from the captains and majors also. The problem तो यहाँ पे आ जाती है. When they see a young chap जिसकी अभी मूछें भी नहीं निकली है, and he is going to teach us, what he will do? The first day is the best day of your life as a teacher if you control your students on the very first day. Then everything will be in line. But this is not to be done by shouting, by snapping, by nagging, nothing. अभी corporal punishment तो बैन है. हमारे टाइम में तो corporal punishment बैन भी नहीं था. I could have hidden, but I tell you of 40 years of my experience in education line, that is school education, I have never used the cane or the harsh words on the students to keep them quiet. If they are talking, I will quiet myself. Just 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. How long they will keep on talking? Ultimately, there will be some then whole class will be quieting down. Because sir is not speaking and we are just talking. We are going to lose the studies. मेरी job नहीं जाएगी इस चीज से. Make them understand very first day कि I am over here to make your career, which is in your hands. I am guiding you, going to guide you in the right direction. You want to be guided to become officer like you. अभी देखिए civil services का result निकला है. Top 100 में से 62 chaps were there जिनके parents, one was the barber's son, one was the farmer's son, another one was working in the transport, trucks transport, carrying the luggage from one place to another, loading, unloading trucks. And a number of people were there like that. How they did it? By disciplining your life. And for that only I am in your class. Without compromising the delivery of instruction, we have to do this thing. Then it has to have a positive impact of the student, which means what exactly is required is to create a learning environment. Unless and until we create a learning environment in the school, in the class, there is no fun going to the class. What I'll be doing in the class? Just sitting on the chair. And I tell you one thing, there is a paraphrase which is very much famous in the education line. If a teacher is sitting, he is not teaching. And if he is teaching, he cannot sit. मैं बैठ के नहीं पढ़ा सकता हूँ. And when I am sitting, I am not teaching. So, CRM tools and techniques, अभी जो हम डिस्कस करने वाले, they give you tools and techniques to enable the teachers to have resources. और मेजर रिसोर्सेज किसी भी कंपोनेंट में, किसी भी रिसोर्स को क्लासरूम में अगर आप चेक करें तो देयर आर ओनली 3 कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट. फर्स्ट इज रिसोर्सेज. रिसोर्सेज में आपके पास चॉक बोर्ड है, ब्लैक बोर्ड है, एड्स है, टीचिंग एड्स है, ऑडियो विजुअल रूम है, नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर. बट द सेकंड थिंग इज हाउ टू optimize the usage of these tools. And third thing is, what are the techniques of utilizing all these things together? Say, for example, I am taking English class. I have got, in our time when I was in class 11, 12, there was a machine called LinguaPhone. I don't know whether it is existing now or not. I was in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Dogra Lines, Meerut camp. वहां पर हमारे इंग्लिश टीचर ने ही इंट्रोड्यूस दिस थिंग, द फर्स्ट थिंग लिंगुआ फॉर्म. We try to play this thing in this class, and then we used to listen to these things जो अभी ASL के नाम से मशहूर हो गया. We do used to listen to those chapters, recorded chapters on the gramophone, this much LP or JP, वो क्या कहते थे उसको. But if he or the teacher would not have been able to utilize that, कि how it is to be used, then what is the fun of having that resource in your time, in your class, with your students? So it is basically classroom management in the sum total of the resources, the directions, and the actions you take to create a learning environment. A successful learning environment, successful means the logic, which means you optimize everything to the best uses so that the best outcomes are there. Next is with the CRM, what is the first word that comes to your mind? That is, think of it as a foundation. You are an expert in your subject, but you are not able to utilize the resources. What the resources are? Say, for example, I am going to have a group discussion, small group discussion, but I don't know how to arrange the desk in the class, how to make small groups, what should be the design of the sitting plan. Then what is the fun? That is the basic foundation. This is classroom management. So whatsoever you build up, it will come crashing down. Everything will be devastated unless and until you know how to utilize those resources properly. So I tell you, for the successful classroom, the CRM is the key. Next is, we see over there, I will discuss with you everything. I'm just skipping this slide because the component wise, I will be giving you different components. What exactly is this? It leads to effective teaching, जैसे कि अभी मैंने बोला. Out of 40 minutes, how much time a teacher dedicates to teaching only? Only teaching. Maximum 34, 35 minutes. If this teacher is very sincere, he or she will be utilizing 1 minute to go to the staff room, put the things up without gossiping, have a sip of water, and go to next class. 2 minutes. Settling down the class, another 2 minutes. And 35th minute, he starts teaching, he or she. Then there should be consistency, because you are not the subject master. You are the subject master, but you are not expert. Sometimes you might not be able to answer the questions in the class. But if your management tool is strong, then certainly you will be able to do what? You will be able to do the justice to the class. There will be fewer behavioral problems. Then student success is certainly defined in two particular ways. Number one is academic competencies, that is skills. They are developed in the students. And second thing is social and emotional development. If they sit in the class, behave properly, sit quietly, listen to the teacher, make their notes, put up their problems in the proper way, then certainly you will be satisfied. Yes, today learning has taken place. But if these things don't come up over there, then certainly I'll be lost. So these are the 8 components: classroom design, rules, procedure, discipline, scheduling, organizing, instructional techniques, and communication. I will discuss one by one. Let us go for the first one, that is classroom design. Now this part, classroom design, include not only the desk and the chairs, but how to put them, for what type of lesson you are going to deliver. If you are going to deliver a group discussion or lecture or let us say demonstration, what type? A large group task or role play, what type strategies you are going to utilize for delivery of the lesson. And then you come to the conclusion that this type of sitting arrangement will be perfect. But if you don't know about what type of sitting arrangements are available or I can utilize, then certainly it will be all in vain, all will be wasted. So this will be, we will be depending upon the different type of deliveries. Let us see the first type of sitting arrangement. This is very much traditional. देखिए ट्रेडिशनल में क्या होता है कि टीचर्स टेबल यू कैन सी ऑन द टॉप and there are sitting arrangement. First is stand alone desk. On the left hand side of the screen you might be seeing this is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. They are all sitting in the different desk, not together. So there will be minimal what you call disturbance. They cannot talk to each other. For the exam purpose also, this is the best type. And this is what we do in the examination hall. On the right hand side, you can see dual desk. A sitting arrangement with two students sitting on the same. Am I right or not? On the same desk, two students are sitting. And during exam, we make them to sit on one desk, only one student. Means dual desk is there, but student will be one. This is traditional sitting arrangement. This is generally utilized when we are going to the common classroom in whatsoever the setup we are going, whether it is a public school, whether it is a government school, whether it is a central school, Navodaya school. You will see these two types are very much prominent. Second one is herringbone. V-shape we also call. V-shape we also call. Why? Because V-shape you can see yourself, dual desk. Now the teacher is seeing that there is, on the first day, very first day, the teacher feels that there is problem in my class. Then what she does? She arranges the class in such a way that I am here and the class will be sitting as a wing, so that I can look on the right, I can see on the left, and then certainly everybody is within my view. These are dual desk, tilted a little bit. This is herringbone seating arrangement. The next type is, this is army style. What they do in the army style, that there are huge, wide theater type of sitting. Not theater, I will say. Not theater are one step, then second step, then third step, like that. But this is army style. One after the other, single queue, and 15-20 cadets are sitting over there. You see, the disadvantage, what can be the disadvantage of this type of sitting arrangement? All the dual desks you combine together. This type of sitting arrangements will be available. But what will be the difficulty in this type of sitting arrangement is that the students will not be able to move out of their desk if they have got certain emergencies, whatsoever you can say, if they have to go to the washroom, or if they have to go to principal's room, or they have to attend to some any other thing, like their parents might have been called in the class and the student has been asked to come to the this thing, come to their room, the principal's room, and they have to discuss with them, and the student cannot move out of his or her desk. Then certainly what will be happening? This type of arrangement will be difficult. And I tell you one thing, in army style, when the cadets are going to their classes, they are asked to stop, not to drink a single drop of water 1 hour before going to the class. Because during the class, if they have got any emergency to go to the washroom, they will be allowed to go out. But that will be disturbing the class. And then the student will be certainly debarred for one particular complete week. They are not allowed to enter. They are not allowed to enter the class next time. So if you do this mistake, you will not be allowed to do this next time. So they are asked, but in our general setups, it will be difficult for us to do that. And that is why this type of sitting arrangement we avoid in our traditional school classes, school classrooms. Let us see the next one. This is up to this point, I believe so. Everybody is clear. If anybody is not clear, please let me know, and then certainly I'll get back to you. You write your problem in this chat box. I will see the chat box after this, and then certainly we can discuss. I will give the problem in the group itself. The next one is, let us start now the grouping. Group task है आपके पास small groups. Like say for example, you have created the group to create some project, to work on some project. Let us say for example, social studies. Same dual desk are there. Round circles नहीं हो सकते आपके, because this is restaurant type of sitting arrangement. Restaurant type of sitting arrangement, but this is not available in generally in the public schools. But dual desk में right hand side में, if you see, there are straight dual desk. So they can be put in the square form. The aids, the tray is utilized to keep all the aids, all the material which is required for the project. And then this type of sitting arrangement can be utilized. Now you can say, if I give 5 students or 6 students one particular, depends upon how many students you can make the group. Generally the classes are of 40 students, general strength. Now the thing is that where there are higher number of classes, then certainly the group can be of 8 also, for 10 also, depending upon what type of task is there. And now they are given a task to create the main entrance of any fort they have seen, and write about that fort, the history of the fort, who occupied the fort, where is the fort located. Now there are 5 students or 8 students or 10 students. Each of the students will be working on the different aspect of this project. The one who is good in designing, drawing, he will draw. The one who is good in cutting the thermocol, he will be utilizing that time on this. The third one who is good in researching the Google, he will go for the research. And every time they come to the class for one whole week, we used to. And then they come up at the end of the week, on the Saturdays, they will be putting all their projects in the corridor. And whole school, make a line, come through. Make a line, why I am telling you, because this is called procedures, which we will be discussing a little bit later. So that is done. So this type of sitting arrangement is best utilized for that particular path. Now the thing is, if you think so, there is a group task which is to involve a larger group. A larger group. If you can just excuse me for a minute. Sunayo, Pani. I don't know whether you heard me or not, but I am feeling a little bit. Tanushi ji, don't smile, because I am speaking for last 2 hours. आपसे पहले भी एक वेबिनार ले चुका हूँ. Continuously without having a sip of water. Certainly, I just asked my wife, Pani do? Now, if we have got a task involving a large group, project is to be given, but it involves a larger group, then this type of arrangement will be suitable. See, Teacher keeps moving around the class, whole class. All the desks are maintained in the center in a circular fashion where they are rectangular ones. जब देना था तब तो दिया नहीं, छोड़ो. And now what happens? You put them together in a circular fashion. In the center there will be a tray of the resources. Thermocol is there, thermocol cutter is there, Fevicol is there, glue is there, crayon papers are there, then sticking rods are there, pins are there. Why I am telling you? Because I have, as a teacher, I was PGT chemistry. I used to do these type of projects, not only in social studies, in science also, demonstration purpose also. I used to give them distillation plant, different types, funnels, conical flasks, which are those which are not required in the project. They are also kept in the tray. So let me see how beautifully they can utilize their mind, okay, whether this will be utilized for the distillation purpose or not. And what is distillation? The concept should be clear to them. If they understand the concept, then certainly they will be utilized to pick up and utilize the best resource which is required for the project. So this type of sitting arrangement can be there. And the teacher can move around and see if he sees that a person is utilizing paper cutter for cutting thermocol. Then what is the fun? He will say, he will have to keep on giving instructions midway also. Be careful, don't cut your finger. But these type of instructions are also negative instructions. Don't cut your finger. He will certainly cut the finger. A small story. There were two parents standing in the garden while their kids were climbing a tree. Then there was a bit of say strong breeze started. One of the fathers shouted, "Hold the tree strongly." And the second one shouted, "Don't fall, don't fall." Which one will fall? The second one will certainly fall because the negative thinking, don't cut, he will certainly cut. And if you ask the child, use carefully, which means he has to take care of himself that he doesn't use that cutter on his finger, on somebody else, or on the certain difficult type of object. Next is also again, let us say for example, role play you are going to have. Same classroom, same dimension is there, number of desk is also there, but this type of arrangement can be utilized for role play. Just see over there. Number of desk again is, you see yourself, 20 students. But then what happens if we have got, these are for the role play. 5 students will be in the center and whole class will be sitting around the corners, around the walls. The team will be demonstrating or performing in the center, and then whole of the class will be watching from the different angles. They will be given instruction beforehand कि choose character of your choice and then write your views about that character. What he has done, how he could have done much better. Don't ask to write defaults, what he has done wrong. No. So this type of arrangement can be there. Now let us say the role play has to be there, but the class size is a little bit larger. So again, next type, this type of arrangement can be there. Group task is there, role play is there. But now see the arrangement in 2 rows. If you count the number of students in this arrangement, you can find out there are more than 35. 5 students are at the center performing. So everybody is still watching, still writing, still observing, and role play is going on. So if we are going to perform role play, don't do it in the traditional classroom that everybody is sitting in the desk in the traditional classroom, traditional setup, and the students are performing at the near the blackboard. Let them surround them and let them perform in the center. So I believe so. Up to this point, if everything is clear, then we don't have much, much time left. After this, I'll be giving you a number of, not now, you number of lot of time to put up your questions. Keep noting. I think so. There are two people I can see. Uh, Padma Shri Devi ji, she is very much involved in writing, and Tanushri Bhattacharya ji, sometimes she is looking down. That means she is also writing something. So certainly you might have faced certain problems in setups. Now next one. Next one will be very much short. The second component is rules. I will not explain everything over here because I have promised you I will be sending you the rule book. Through that rule book, you can find out what are the rules. The rule is that if you have a question in your mind, raise your hand, and when the teacher says yes, Mohit, speak up. Then only you will open your mouth, otherwise not. So that is the rule. And my expectation is, yes, what instructions I have given, the students will follow exactly. But initially, when you insist to put up the rule in action, you will see that the students are not following them properly, up to the mark. They are not following. So then what you have to do? You don't have to shout. You don't have to slap. What you have to do? You have to reinforce your instructions again, again, and again, so that by the time they are properly followed, you keep on repeating your instruction, modifying them from time to time in different statements, different type of statements, different formats of a statement. You don't have to say, don't stand. If a child starts speaking out without raising hand, without you asking him to question, don't answer, don't respond. And by action only, sit down. Just by only action, sit down. So next time, he will go to the parents. तो इस मैडम तो मेरी बात का जवाब ही नहीं देते, मेरे क्वेश्चन का जवाब नहीं देते. Yes, certainly, because in my class there have to be rules which have to be followed. And I tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, if these classroom management rules, procedures, everything is followed by whole class, whole teachers, whole lot of teachers, whole group of teachers, consistently, you will see within a month the structure, the environment of your school will change. So, what for these rules are? To foster respect, number one. If I respect you, then you must respect my instructions also. You cannot keep on speaking in my class without me asking you to do so. So what will happen? I will not respond to your question. Then second thing is care. If I ask you to raise your hand before asking the question, so certainly I will ask you, yes, Mohit, what is your question? What is your problem? What is your idea? So what will happen? I care. I care for you. So I need your respect, and I am here to respect or take care of you. Then what I expect is to follow my instructions. And if they don't follow in the first week, in the second week, they will not follow. Probably, जैसे अभी आपने देखा होगा in the advertisement. Just give me 1 second to have a sip. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing with me, disturbing you a little bit midway. आपने देखा होगा for cigarette smoking. So there is a slogan over there. We know it will not work in a day, but one day it will work. ये एक दिन में नहीं होगा लेकिन एक दिन जरूर होगा. So this is what we expect here also. It will not happen in one day, but one day it will happen. And that day is not far if whole of the teachers, whole lot of the teachers, they work in sync with each other. Don't make your staff rooms a place of gossips. अरे कल्पना मैडम ने तो आज काली लिपस्टिक लगा रखी है. With what is your problem? These type of gossip should be avoided in the classroom. What should be done is, I have got a problem child in my class whom I am suggesting remedial actions for last 1 week, but he is not able to do. So what will be happening? If you share your ideas with one or two of your best teacher friends, then certainly it will happen. Next is, अभी अभी हमने रूल्स के बारे में एक मैं और बात बताऊं. ये तो हुआ नंबर 1. मैं अभी फिर बैक स्लाइड में जा रहा हूं because there is too much of time. Next rule is कि if you have to move in corridor, whole class has to move in the corridor, you have to move in a line. Now how the line has to be made? Say for example, me as a science teacher, I am going to take you students to the science lab. Is everybody ready? Yes, sir. Fine. Make a line. Make a line means before that, you have to take your copies, notebooks, pen, pencils, everything whatsoever you need. First row, procedures में अभी इसको discuss करेंगे. First row come up, make line. Second row, follow them. Third, then fourth. 40 students, then start moving. The first one moves. Then what will be the rule? See or follow the first student moving in the line, which particular direction he is going. The second one follows in the same direction, third, fourth, fifth, and whole class moves in a line. Now over here, the rule is also there. Don't push, don't talk, don't touch the wall, don't touch the corridor hangings, don't drag your feet. चलने का भी एक तरीका होता है. That procedure also has to be set. Don't drag your feet. Don't make any sounds. Because there are other classes midway by the time you reach your science laboratory. So these are the rules. While I am teaching, there should be no discussion, no talks in my class. If you talk, I will be quiet. I will not speak unless and until you are quiet. And I tell you now, I don't know when in Maharashtra, I believe so, in Nagpur, 15th of June, the schools are opening. In Thane, probably same time across Maharashtra. But in UP and Punjab, probably first week of July. The first week, in this during this June, I'll be conducting another one. The first back to school, the first week of school. First week में करना क्या है आपको? यही चीज है. These things are to be enforced. Then reinforced. Then reinforced. Practice, procedures, everything has to be set in the first week. And the first week, if you set, whole year you will be very peaceful. Otherwise, होगा क्या? You will be taking stress of the school to your home, and over there, the atmosphere back at home also will be spoiled. So that should not happen. Next, now we come procedure. Procedure should be set beforehand. This is what I told you. First week of the school should be dedicated to these type of things. अभी तो इसके साथ बहुत कुछ है. Not only rules, procedures and regulations. Even consequences भी होते हैं. There cannot be any punishment. But certainly, if you break the rule, you have to face the consequences. And what are the consequences? How they are to be followed? That we will be discussing in back to school, because that is a longer one. Probably it might take 2 days, 2 hours. Again, the procedures, expectations, consequences should be detailed. What will be the consequence if you talk in my class? I will keep quiet. Only for one or two students, whole class will never like to suffer. So what will they do? They will start putting pressure on those two mischievous students who are creating trouble in your class, speaking, whispering, or just moving some gestures, so that you are not able to concentrate on your teaching strategies. Then what will happen? So certainly whole class will put pressure on that. The peer pressure, that works very good. When as a principal, I used to utilize this technique. When some teacher, when I became principal, I was 36 years. And some of the elder ones who were 50 plus, they used to gossip in the staff room. ये छोकरा हमें क्या सिखाएगा? What this kid will be teaching us? How can he lead us? मैंने कहा, this छोकरा will lead you. I will tell you how to perform in a class. And this is the same with the procedures have to be set. कैसे करना है? अब देखिए प्रोसीजर्स के बारे में. मैंने एक आपको बताया लाइन. When you have to move from one class to other, लेबोरेटरी में जाना है, म्यूजिक रूम में जाना है, प्लेग्राउंड में इवन जाना है. How you have to go. And if you talk, if you break the line, if you don't follow the procedure, then what are the consequences? That I will be doing in my back to school a little bit, but within this one, within this coming month. There are very important ones coming up. Next one is discipline. अभी देखिए मैं बताऊं डिसिप्लिन के बारे में. एक बहुत बड़ी बात है कि रेड वन में मैंने लिखा है कि अभी हमारे टाइम में, इन आवर टाइम्स, देयर वाज नो सच रूल फ्रॉम सुप्रीम कोर्ट और सीबीएसई or any other education board, what should be done, what should not be done. But now it is no corporal punishment. Don't hit, harass, embarrass, yell, anger. Nothing you can do. But then what? How to do it? You see, every rule must have clear consequence. You talk and I am quiet. You don't do homework, your games period is gone. That is the consequence, and that is not punishment. You don't do your homework, let us come during the lunch hour, we will have lunch together and we will keep on. Let us say, for example, you are teaching social sciences in your class and one student keep on arguing with you a very illogical type of question. What will you do in that time? Okay, Mohit, just give me some time, have lunch with me, we will discuss your point in staff room or any other empty room, library mein baithenge, we will discuss it with you. And I tell you one thing, ki not a single kid in this world, on this planet, I am telling you, is going to sacrifice his free time with you. आप अपने ही बच्चे को रोक के देखो ना. शाम को 5 बजे, बेटा स्कूल से कंप्लेंट आई थी that you didn't do your homework, so you have to sit with me during your, today you will not go to play cricket. करेगा वो बच्चा, वो और गुस्सा करेगा. But there has to be some consequence for not doing this thing. As a your kid, you are telling your own child to keep the things organized, keep the things in their locations. Where when you come back from the school, where are the shoes to be kept? Keep them there only. If you don't keep them, what will be the consequence? I have got one module on that also, how to make good habits and break bad ones. मोहन जी तो आप तो थे उसी में.
Yes, sir.
I have been conducting these webinars since for last 4 years, and looking at these point of view, these views from the teachers themselves. Ki, sir, we face this, we face this, we face this. Even parents also used to give me the feedback. Ki, sir, during COVID, their screen time has increased. How to stop it? उसके लिए भी वही है, make good habits and break bad ones. Now, the teacher has to be firm, fair, friendly, but consistently. A friendly friendship and be friend. ये तीनों वर्ड्स अलग अलग है, तीनों मीनिंग अलग अलग है. Be friend means in such a way that the child is very much fearless to talk to you his or her troubles, her problems. Then what will happen? There will be freedom of speech. He will be able to compete with you, or rather share with you his problems. Why I have done this, or what I am not able, why I am not able to do homework. The teacher asks, and the student reply, sir, there were guests in my home. Fine, do it tomorrow. The next day you ask the same thing. Where is your homework? Ma'am, there was no electricity back at home. No problem, do it tomorrow. But consistently, you have to keep on asking. If you stop asking, then the student will take it for granted कि madam जो है very easily है to be taken easy. कि after 2 or 3 days, she will forget me कि who is Mohit, where is his homework, and then I will be free. But the thing is that कि our profession is such that कि we cannot leave the perfection to come. We have to lead our students to perfection. We cannot leave them to achieve the success. We have to push them to success. And by pushing them to success means create good things in them. अभी तीसरा दिन हो गया. The first consequence comes, your lunch time comes with me. Second time is not done, your games time comes with me. Third time you do, your library and music teachers, music classes are gone. Fourth time you are gone, and then I don't know whether people are preparing, keeping anecdotal records or not. In the anecdotal records, if you are doing just show me thumb, just like this, are you putting the anecdotal records? That's called Bajit Guma ma'am is done. Anecdotal record में fourth time it goes in the anecdotal records. After 4 repetitions, he is not able to submit the homework. Yeah, I'll give you time. You just give me just few minutes. I'm going to finish it off. And then you can put up the questions. So there has to be consistency. Fifth time, it goes to the vice principal or coordinator. Sixth time, it goes to the principal's office. Seventh time, the parents have to be called to the office of the principal. After repeated instruction for 15 days, the child is not doing homework. And these are the things which he has, the excuses which he has made for last 1 week, for 15 days. Is it true or not? Generally, people say, मैं आपको अभी मेरा जो issue आएगा teachers net का over there, the management also thinks so. And if there is any management person sitting over there, just excuse me for this statement, they generally think that I am giving salary to my teacher, so it is his or her responsibility to take care of everything. Yes, but we need your cooperation also. Sometimes Baljeet ma'am, sometimes you might have seen those troubles coming up in the parent teachers meeting कि मैडम मेरा बच्चा करेला नहीं खाता. अब बलजीत मैडम उसमें क्या करेंगी? Yes, we can do, but we need your cooperation also. It is not like that कि we have framed some consequences and you are objecting to them also. If I ask you कि मैडम इतनी सी बात के लिए बच्चा होमवर्क नहीं करना है and you are calling me to the office, yes, you have to be called, because unless and until you cooperate with us, giving the right instructions in front of the child कि मैडम कभी लाइट नहीं गई, कोई मेहमान नहीं आया, कुछ नहीं हुआ, बेटा अब बताओ अब क्या करना है, क्लास से बाहर निकाल नहीं सकते, दैट इज कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट. हाथ ऊपर नहीं कर सकते, कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट. डेस्क के ऊपर नहीं खड़ा कर सकते, कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट. तो कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस तो कहीं ना कहीं होंगे. इनिशियली द पेरेंट्स विल नो, आई विल गिव यू रूल बुक फॉर ओल्ड स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो. उसमें एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है आपके और पेरेंट्स के बीच में. There will be no illegal punishment or consequence, but the student has to follow the instructions given by the teacher or the school, and the parents will have to comply with the instructions. 5 रुपए के एफिडेविट स्टैम्प पेपर पे उसको आपने साइन करवाना है, and it is not illegal. This is very much legal. Now let us move further. Discipline के बारे में जब हो जाता है, then we go scheduling. Scheduling के लिए to stay online, लीविंग पीरियड और स्पेस बिटवीन असाइनमेंट्स. आपने आज एक असाइनमेंट दिया, गिव देम सम टाइम, शेड्यूल करिए कि नेक्स्ट मंडे यू हैव टू सबमिट ऑल योर प्रोजेक्ट्स और असाइनमेंट्स. लंच या रिसेस जब होती है, गिव देम सम टाइम टू कम बैक टू द क्लास एंड सेटल डाउन. जैसे ही बेल रिंग होती है, तो डू यू एग्जिस्ट बाय टेलीपोर्टेशन टू द नेक्स्ट क्लास? आपका टेलीपोर्टेशन तो नहीं होता ना. You go to the staff room and then go to the next class. या बेल बजते के साथ ही from 6th A to 7th B. देखा था आपने, एक वो आया था, एक सीरियल आया था टेलीपोर्टिंग के बारे में. Give them some space, give them some time to settle down, because you also need that. प्रोसीजर्स के बारे में, ये होमवर्क कलेक्शन है, ये सब आपको मिलेगा. एवरीथिंग विल बी इन मेल. होमवर्क कलेक्शन कैसे करना है? हाउ डू यू कलेक्ट द एग्जामिनेशन पेपर्स, आंसर बुक्स? One by one, one by one, one by one. Do you move around, or the students keep on passing their answer sheets one to other, one to other, one to other, and the last boy keeps that pile on your desk? That is the problem. That is the solution. Same way, the homework monitor will be there. ये student leadership के ऊपर जब बात आती है, then we do that. We don't go for the monitor. I don't use the monitor, because every child is giving his child to you for making him officer. So what word I used to do for them? Homework officer, chalk and board officer, doors and window officer, washroom officer, line officer, crane officer. Everybody is officer. और उसके लिए भी एक यहाँ पे पुलिस वालों की तरह टैग लगता है छाती पे. 6th B clean officer, 6th B washroom officer, 6th C ड्रिंकिंग वाटर ऑफिसर, लाइट ऑफिसर, जिसका काम ये है कि जब क्लास बाहर जाएगी, then he will be putting off whole switch. And this routine, this monitoring, this officership keeps on rotating every week or every 15 days, so that these qualities are imbued in the students right from the beginning of the session. Then to regular scheduling helps students to prepare for upcoming tasks. अगर आप मेक गुड हैबिट्स नहीं करेंगे कि सवेरे उठो तो सबसे पहले अपना फ्रेश होने के बाद सबसे पहले अपना मेक योर बेड, दैट इज योर ड्यूटी. ये मम्मा पापा की नहीं है कि आपका बिस्तर तैयार करेंगे. इट इज योर ड्यूटी. When you come back from your school, keep your shoes in the right place. Have a mouthwash, face wash, and hand wash. Come on the dining table, have lunch. Keep your bag in the right place. Then prepare for the next day while going to the school, while going to the bed in the night. Prepare for tomorrow's uh, tomorrow's school. What you really have to do, what you have to take. But then it should be scheduling should be firm and fair. अगर आपने मंडे को असाइनमेंट लेना है नेक्स्ट मंडे को तो नेक्स्ट मंडे को ही लेना है एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंस विल नॉट टेक 2 or 3 or 4 days. There will be fourth consequence immediately. If you don't submit your assignment on Monday, your grace period is gone. Finished. This will be the fourth consequence. This will be the first consequence in case of assignment because you have been given sufficient time. If you get any problem midway finishing your assignment, come to me. I am always there. Now the next one is शेड्यूलिंग के बाद जो हमारा आता है ऑर्गेनाइज. मैंने अभी आपको बता दिया है, ये सारी चीजें मैंने बता दिया. कीप एवरीथिंग इन ऑर्डर. होमवर्क, क्लास असाइनमेंट, लेसन प्लान्स, अपनी बारे में कह रहा हूं मैं, आपके बारे में. एज ए टीचर यू कीप योर थिंग्स एवरीथिंग ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. आपको लॉकर मिलता होगा एक स्टाफ रूम में वेयर यू हैव टू कीप योर पर्स एंड ऑल दैट. नहीं मिलता बलजीत मैम तो अपने मैनेजमेंट को बोल दो कि हमें तो लॉकर चाहिए. भाई गोदरेज का लॉकर अगर बाजार से खरीद के ले जाओगे तो 6-7 हजार का आएगा. वहां पे हम मैं बताऊं, व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू वर्क इन Assam Rifles as a teacher, I am talking about, we used to be given pigeonholes 1 foot by 1 foot open from the front. We keep one thing over there, take next and rush to the next class. This concept I took from there, and when I became principal, the first thing I introduced in the staff room is the facility. Unless and until these teachers are comfortable in the class, they can never be comfortable in, if they are not comfortable in the staff room, they will never be comfortable in the classroom. This is to avoid wastage of instruction time. देखिए 40 मिनट में भी 2 टाइम होते हैं. One is transition time, another one is instruction time. Transition time means going from one class to another, and instruction time which you utilize for proper delivery. Then post classroom calendar, homework schedule and assignments on the board. The next one is organization के बाद instructional leadership. इसमें मैंने आपको अभी थोड़ा सा पहले बता दिया. आपका लेक्चर है, ग्रुप डिस्कशन है, वही सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट्स डिसाइड करेगा आपका, वही स्टाइल ऑफ लर्निंग के ऊपर है. मेरा अभी 2nd of June it is coming up. 2nd and 3rd learning styles of students and teaching strategies for teachers. Teaching strategies क्या होनी चाहिए learning style के लिए. The next one comes is after instructional things, communication. मैं इसके बारे में 21st century में learning skills में 21st century learning skills में communication skills में बहुत कुछ बोल चुका हूँ. इसका अलग मॉड्यूल होता है, but the major points from there itself is this: the voice should be clear, number 1. Number 2 is clear terms. Number 3 is audibility. अब इंटरव्यू में आप बात कर रहे हैं, कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा एंड द टीचर, व्हाट इज योर नेम मैम, जस्ट स्पीक अबाउट समथिंग ऑफ योरसेल्फ. आई एम अजय शर्मा, आई एम ए टीचर इन दिस, आई हैव डन माय बीएड इन दिस. आपको समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. ऑडिबिलिटी. दूसरी चीज वॉइस. वॉइस भी आपकी साउंड है, हाई वॉल्यूम है, हाई पिच है, एवरीथिंग. क्लैरिटी ऑफ आइडियाज भी है. But the thing is that I am Ajay Sharma from AGPCD and Meerut city and UPCT and Faridabad city and Ghaziabad city, and subject is chemistry and I have done my BEd from Regional College of Education Ajmer. पढ़ आपने बोल दिया. सामने बैठे इंटरव्यू वाले को पता ही नहीं चला आपने बोला क्या. Clarity of ideas, consistent line of communication with students, colleagues, administration, parents, management, even group D also. जो ग्रुप डी स्टाफ होता है, आपको उनको भी उतना ही रेस्पेक्ट करना है एज इफ they are colleagues, because if they can't do your work, you can also not do their work. So they are equally important in the school plant. In the school environment, they are equally important. So you have to take care of this also. But then in this, you have to be flexible to accept the change, the new ideas, the new organizations, the suggestions. You have to be flexible. सवेरे आपने बोल दिया है कि every teacher must be dot 8 o'clock in the assembly ground. There might be some troubles. जैसे मेरे साथ हो गई थी. This webinar, today's webinar was to be conducted on 10th and 11th May. But midway, my wife got slipped in the stairs and got fracture in the ribs. That is my first priority. आप लोग बोलते मेरे को पैसे वापस कर दीजिए, नो प्रॉब्लम. पैसे इज नो, आप बताइए ना, इस पैसे से मैंने कौन सा महल खड़ा करना है. But that is my first importance. But I'm thankful to everybody that you people, all people cooperated and bore with me my things. And there were a lot of wishes in my personal windows, direct messages. So there should be flexibility to accept, accommodate. मैंने किसी को reason नहीं दिया था. There are certain emergencies back at home. You want your money back? Fine. If you don't want and can wait for me, please wait. Everybody waited. Now the next communication के बारे में बात आती है फिर. अभी corporal punishment के बारे में मैंने बात बोल दी है. Now there is nothing more in this but a suggestion over here. If you have got any doubts, ideas, suggestions, अभी अब मैं बात देता हूं आपको 5-7 मिनट के लिए बात करने के लिए. I will stop sharing screen and you can talk to me or write to me. I will stop sharing now. You can just unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself, put on your videos and ask any type of doubt if you have got in your mind about today's session or any other thing which comes to your mind about today's presentation. Just give me a second now. Yes, yes. बलजीत जी बताइए, सबसे पहले आपने हाथ खड़ा किया है, बोलिए.
Yes, sir. Very good evening to
Good evening.
everyone. Sir. Sir, this is a very informative webinar, and we are learning very new things. Sir, just I wanted to share. You said that we have like the staff room should be very you can visit if you have time. You can visit our school. We have a beautiful staff room with individual desks, beautiful cupboard allotted to everyone, and then we have the lockers, and the environment is so friendly, and we are organizing our things very properly, sir, and that is what we are inculcating in the students also, sir.
Which means
So
your
if you have
environment
time,
is
please
good.
visit us.
Which means
Or
your,
I'll send you the pictures of staff room, sir.
oh yes, sure, sure. Personally to me, via mail
Yes,
or in my personal window.
yes, sir.
यहाँ
Sure,
से
sir.
ideas लेके then I can put across to other people also. They can also follow
Yes,
you
sir.
on the good things.
Well organized staff room. Yes, sir. Very
Is
beautiful.
anybody else?
Thank you, sir.
We know what kind of alternative punishment can be given to the student as per CBSE guidelines. Kiran Chatterjee, you are most welcome to give some ideas over here. Unmute yourself and please share. किरण चटर्जी इज हियर. अभी उन्होंने मेरे को एक थोड़ा सा मैसेज दिया है, ये डीएम किया है. डीएम नहीं किया है, ये चैट बॉक्स में लिखा. अच्छा अच्छा, ओके ओके, बट यू कैन शेयर इट लेटर ऑन. यू कैन शेयर इट. वर्षा पचौरी जी, यस, थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू सूर्यलाल जी, वेरी मच. यू आर फ्रॉम बनारस, सूर्यलाल जी?
No, sir. I am Jabalpur.
जबलपुर, ओके.
Yes, MP.
हाँ, आई नो दैट. सेंट गैब्रियल.
Yes, yes, yes.
दैट्स ग्रेट.
Wadar, UP. My hometown, Wadar, UP.
Which place in UP?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, that's great. And you see, whole India is sitting over here. Whole India is sitting over in front of me. Or rather, I am
Namaste,
in
sir.
front.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, Sangeeta ji.
I am Sangeeta from Kerala.
Yeah, Kerala देखिए, from Kerala
या
also.
केरला से
Yeah.
आपका सेशन बहुत अच्छी लगी मुझे. आप जो क्लासरूम ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए जो तरीका दिया है वो मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी. और जो पनिशमेंट करने के बारे में आप कुछ बता दिया और क्या है वो करेक्ट करने के लिए बच्चे को क्या क्या कर सकते हैं हम बच्चों पर, इसके बारे में आपने जो कुछ कर दिया तो मेरे लिए वो सब एक अलग प्रकार की क्लास थी. And they're different from our other classes or other workshops like that. Thank you so much जी.
Thank you,
सोचती
Sangeeta
हूँ
ji.
कि
Thank you
आपकी
very much.
पत्नी ठीक तो है,
नहीं,
आपकी
now she is
तबीयत
back.
भी अच्छी रहे.
Yeah, on Saturday, on Friday she came back.
Okay sir,
And
thank
you
you
can
so much.
understand कि अगर घर में लेडी को प्रॉब्लम हो जाए तो हमारी तो
हाँ
प्रॉब्लम
सर.
4 गुना हो जाती है. झाड़ू पोछा बर्तन. पीपल यूज टू से कि आया रख लो. मैंने कहा 62 साल की उम्र में आया रख लो का मतलब है कि 80 साल तक उम्र नहीं चलने वाली. मैंने कहा व्हाई
Okay,
कांट आई डू दीस थिंग्स माई सेल्फ. झाड़ू
thank you.
किया, पोछा किया, बर्तन किया, खाना भी पकाया. देन
Oh,
उनकी भी सेवा करनी है तो वो भी करी. व्हाट इज द बिग डील इन दैट? उसने तो
okay
पूरी
sir.
लाइफ मेरे लिए निकाल दी, तो क्या मैं 15 दिन के लिए उसको डेडिकेट नहीं कर सकता? आई हैव टू डू.
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल.
पैसा खर्च करना
बिल्कुल.
इज नॉट अ बिग डील. एवरी पेरेंट इज spending money on his or her child. That is good, right or not? But how much time any parent is giving to the child, that is more important.
Okay, sir. इसके बीच बहुत सारे धन्यवाद हो आपको.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
In between you are doing like these webinars in very good manner. You are I think you have to prepare very well for this and you are make the time. So thank you so much sir. धन्यवाद हो केरला से.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else who would like to
Good
speak
evening.
something?
Good evening, Ajay sir.
Good
Am I
evening.
audible?
Yeah,
Shamala
sure.
Rao.
Shamala Rao, I
Yeah.
know. बोलिए मैम, बोलिए.
Sir, a big name with a big name. Good evening, sir. That is very nice session. I learned one new thing. We can give the children not as monitor but as an officer in
Yeah.
each. I was thinking, what are the I'll apply in my school. I'll tell all my teachers to follow all the rules and regulations. What
You
have
are
to.
from which place, ma'am?
Sir, I'm from Dombivali, Janagana Mana School.
Dombivali. Okay, my daughter is in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Last year she got married and she is in Mumbai. अभी उसको थोड़ा थोड़ा मराठी आ गया.
Yeah.
मैंने कहा
Okay.
जब रहना है वहां पे तो then you have to learn a new language.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Then thank you,
It was
Shamala.
very nice. One new thing I have learned of giving officers to the children.
Officer thing is there. Anybody else who would like to share her
Thank-
or his ideas? Or else we put up an end to this session, and I will send you this recording tomorrow in one mail. Second mail you will get. अभी आज मैंने I have sent you the one test mail today. I have written over there. If you got my mail, fine. If you didn't get my mail, just give your right mail ID in my WhatsApp so that I can correct it. And then tomorrow by afternoon, I will send it to you. The first is recording. The second is correct certificate. And give me 3 days for the rule book, because there are inputs from some various setup type of schools. Some Christian schools have given me feedback. I am incorporating all these things in my rule book so that everybody will be benefit for the future. Then you can implement the rule book in your school also and add to that. That is called value addition. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and thanks for patience and listening to me very carefully without any disturbance. Have a good dinner and nice sleep.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Good day.
Thank you, all of you. Good night, sir. Good night,
Good
sir.
night, sir. Good night.
Thank you.